Hello everyone, welcome back to accountancy class. I am Shweta J from Commerce Department, Gopal Swami PU College, Mysore. In today's session, we are going to discuss about how to prepare retiring partner's loan account. Now here is your example problem. Anu, Manu and Vinu are partners in a firm sharing profit and losses in the ratio of 3:2:1. Their balance sheet as on 31st/3/2016 stood as follows. Here the old balance sheet of the firm is given. On the liability side, sundry creditors 40,000, bank loan 14,000, general reserve 15,000, capital accounts of Anu 30,000, Manu 25,000, Vinu 25,000, profit and loss account 6,000. And on the asset side, cash 18,000, stock 25,000, machinery 20,000, debtors 35,000, less provision for bad debts 3,000. So now the actual debtor is 32,000. Furniture 15,000, buildings 45,000. So now the total is 1,55,000. Anu retired on the above date and the following adjustments are required. Here the first adjustment is Anu's share of goodwill of rupees 15,000 is to be created and written off immediately without opening the goodwill account. So when the retiring partner share of goodwill created and written off immediately, then the journal entry will be remaining partners capital account debited to retiring partner capital account. We know that when the partner retire, the continuing partner has to give him his portion of goodwill and it has to be recorded on credit side of the partner's capital account as continuing partner's capital account or remaining partner's capital account. Here goodwill has to be sacrificed in their gain ratio. Later I will show how to solve this transaction in partner's capital account or how to record this transaction in partner's capital account. Now the second adjustment is appreciate building by 10% and machinery value reduced by 2,500. The next, reduced provision for bad debts by rupees 1,000. Provide compensation to workers rupees 2,300. Interest on bank loan at 15% due for 4 months. The next, Anu is to be paid rupees 10,500 immediately after her retirement and the balance in 3 equal yearly installments with 10% interest per annum. So now in this problem you are going to prepare revaluation account, partners capital account, balance sheet of the continuing partners and Anu's loan account. Now let's prepare revaluation account. Basically whenever the asset increases then it should be recorded on credit side of the revaluation account. If the asset decreases, then we need to be debited on revaluation account. Similarly, when the liability increases, then it should be recorded on debit side of the revaluation account. If the value of liability decreases, then it should be credited in revaluation account. If we know this rule, we can easily prepare revaluation account. So now let's do revaluation account with the following adjustment. The first adjustment is Anu's share of goodwill of rupees 15,000. This adjustment is not related to the revaluation account. This adjustment is to be recorded in partner's capital account. So now we move on to the next adjustment. Appreciate building by 10% and machinery value reduced by 2,500. Appreciate building by 10%. Here the value of building increased by 10%. So it is to be credited in revaluation account. So you can write on credit side as by building account. The actual balance of building account is 45,000 into 10 divided by 100 comes to 4,500. The next, machinery value reduced by 2,500. Here the asset value decreases or the machinery value decreased by rupees 2,500. It is to be debited in revaluation account. To machinery account So you can directly record the amount in amount column as rupees 2,500. The next, reduce provision for bad debts by rupees 1,000. So here provision for bad debts is the liability. Whenever the liability decreases, then it should be recorded on the credit side of the revaluation account as by provision for bad debts rupees 1,000. The next, provide compensation to workers rupees 2,300. So here the firm has to provide some compensation to any of its worker. When the firm has to pay, it means it is the liability for the firm. So here the liability of the firm increased by rupees 2,300. So now we need to debit it in the revaluation account as to worker compensation. So worker compensation liability ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಫರ್ಮ್ಗೆ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಲಯಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಯಾವಾಗ ಲಯಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೋ ಸೊ ಆಗ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ರಿವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಷನ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡೆಬಿಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಆಸ್ ಟು ವರ್ಕರ್ ಕಾಂಪೆನ್ಸೇಷನ್ rupees 2,300. The next, interest on bank loan at 15% due for 4 months. It is also considered as liability. Now the liability of the firm increases, so it should be debited on revaluation account. 2. Interest on bank loan. So the actual bank loan was rupees 14,000 and the rate of interest is 15%, 15 divided by 100, and here the interest is due for 4 months. So you have to consider 4 months. So 4 divided by 12. So 4 months ಇಂದನೂ ಕೂಡ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಪೇ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಫರ್ಮ್. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನೀವು 4 months ಅನ್ನು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. 14,000 into 15 divided by 100 into 4 divided by 12. So you will get rupees 700. The next adjustment is Anu is to be paid rupees 10,500 immediately. So this is also not related to the revaluation account, and this adjustments is to be recorded in partners capital account. So these are all the adjustments which are given in your problem. When you make a total of both the column, you will get the same total on both the amount column, that is rupees 5,500, and on credit side the same total 5,500. It represents there is no profit or loss in the firm. So here in the revaluation account there is no profit or loss. If there is any profit, it has to be distributed among all the partners in their old profit sharing ratio. But here in the revaluation account there is no profit or loss. So now let's prepare partners capital account. So here is the partners capital account. Particulars, 3 amount column which are belong to the all the partners Anu, Manu and Vinu. Particulars Anu, Manu and Vinu on credit side. So in partners capital account, first we should bring the capital balance of all the partners which are given in your old balance sheet on credit side, and it is written as by balance brought down 30,000 Anu, Manu 25,000 and Vinu 25,000. Next we need to give general reserve to all the partners in their old profit sharing ratio. Old profit sharing is also given in your problem, 3/6, 2/6 and 1/6. By general reserve, the amount of general reserve is 15,000 into 3/6 for Anu, you will get 7,500, and 15,000 into 2/6 you will get 5,000 for Manu, and 15,000 into 1/6 you will get 2,500 for Vinu. The next, you have to distribute profit and loss which is given in your old balance sheet on liability side, and we need to credit it on partners capital account by profit and loss account. It has to be distributed among all the partners including retiring partner in their old profit sharing ratio. So here the profit and loss amount is 6,000 into 3/6 for Anu, you will get 3,000 and 6,000 into 2 by 6. For Manu, you will get 2,000 and 6,000 into 1 by 6. For Vinu, you will get 1,000. And the next adjustment is very important, that is goodwill adjustment. Here in your problem, they are given Anu's share of goodwill of rupees 15,000 is to be created. Anu's share of goodwill anna create madidare 15,000. At the time of the retirement, the continuing partner has to give her portion of goodwill. So it is to be recorded on credit side. So when goodwill is to be created, written off immediately, then the journal entry will be remaining partner's capital account debited to retiring partner's capital account. So now we have to credited in the partner's capital account as by Manu's capital account. Anu retired ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಮನು ಮತ್ತೆ ವಿನು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಗುಡ್ವಿಲ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ you have to record as by Manu's capital account 15,000 and it has to be sacrificed in their gain ratio. So here gain ratio is 2:1. So when there is no special informations given regarding gain ratio, then their old ratio will become the gain ratio. So old ratio of Manu and Vinu is 2:1, or the gain share of Manu will be 2/3 and the gain share of Vinu will be 1/3. So in this ratio, continuing partner has to sacrifice her portion of goodwill at the time of her retirement. So 15,000 into 2/3, you will get 10,000 and it has to be recorded in Anu's column. Remember, Anu's column alle ನೀವು amount anna record ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. You should not record in the Manu's column. Here continuing partner has to give her share of goodwill at the time of a retirement. So you have to write in Anu's column only. And the next another partner is Vinu. Vinu's capital account, and take the same goodwill amount 15,000 into her gain ratio will be, so then you will get 5,000. The next goodwill amount immediately written off. So now for this transaction we need to debit this account as to Anu's capital account. So now we have to write the amount in Manu and Vinu column, 10,000 and 5,000. So now let me explain once again. So Anu, Manu and Vinu, their old ratio 3:2:1. So here Anu is going to be retired. Now the continuing partners are Manu and Vinu. So Anu retired ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅನು ಗುಡ್ವಿಲ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಆ ಗುಡ್ವಿಲ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಅವನ ಅಡ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಗುಡ್ವಿಲ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ತಂದಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಸೊ ಆ ಗುಡ್ವಿಲ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ರಿಟೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸಿಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಸ್ ಮನು ಅಂಡ್ ವಿನು. ರಿಟೈರ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಮನು ಮತ್ತೆ ವಿನು ಸ್ಯಾಕ್ರಿಫೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಡನ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಯರ್ ಗೇನ್ ರೇಷಿಯೋ. ಗೇನ್ ರೇಷಿಯೋದಲ್ಲೇ ಸ್ಯಾಕ್ರಿಫೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಗೇನ್ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಏನು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾವಾಗ ಗೇನ್ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರಲ್ವೋ, ಸೊ ಆಗ ನೀವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಅವರ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಅನ್ನೇ ಗೇನ್ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ. ಸೊ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2:1 and this will become their gain ratio 2/3 and 1/3. ಟೋಟಲ್ 15,000 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮನು 10,000 ಅನ್ನ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ and ವಿನು 5,000 ಅನ್ನ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಹೀಗೆ ಗುಡ್ವಿಲ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ರಿಟೈರ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ರಿಟೈರಿಂಗ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಗೆ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ದ ಎಂಟ್ರಿ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಬೈ ಮನುಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಬೈ ವಿನೂಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡೆಡ್ ಇನ್ ಅನುಸ್ ಕಾಲಮ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ, ವೆರ್ ಆಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ, ಸೊ ಅನು ಗುಡ್ವಿಲ್ ಅನ್ನ ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಆ ಗುಡ್ವಿಲ್ ಅನ್ನ ಯಾರು ಸ್ಯಾಕ್ರಿಫೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ ಸ್ಯಾಕ್ರಿಫೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರುವಂತದ್ದು. ಸೊ ಮನು 10,000 ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ, ವಿನು 5,000 ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ? ಅನು ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಗುಡ್ವಿಲ್ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ Anu is to be paid rupees 10,500 immediately after her retirement. Here firm is going to pay 10,500 in the form of cash at the time of her retirement. So it is to be debited in the partner's capital account. So you should write it as to cash account 10,500 in Anu's column. After recording all the adjustment, you have to make a total of each column on credit side first. 30,000 plus 7,500 plus 3,000 plus 10,000 plus 5,000. You will get 55,500. And for Manu 32,000 and Vinu 28,500. Write the same total on the debit side. 55,500. 32,000 and 28,500. So here the total capital balance of Anu is 55,500. Anu retire ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಫರ್ಮ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಪೇ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು 55,500 ಪೇ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಬಟ್ ಅಟ್ ದ ಟೈಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಅವರ್ ರಿಟೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಫರ್ಮ್ ವಾಸ್ ಪೇಡ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ 10,500 ಇನ್ ದ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್. ಸೊ 55,500 ಅಲ್ಲಿ 10,500 ಮಾತ್ರ ಪೇ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಅಂಡ್ ದ ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಡ್ಯೂ to retiring partner is to be transferred to her loan account. So it is to be debited on partner's capital account as to Anu's loan account. So 55,500 minus 10,500, you will get 45,000, and this has to be transferred to her loan account. Transferred to loan account. And it is also considered as a balancing figure. So now balance the remaining partner's capital account. To balance carried down, 32,000 minus 10,000, you will get 22,000. Next, for Vinu, 28,500 minus 5,000, you will get 23,500, and it has to be transferred to balance sheet on liability side. Transferred to balance sheet. So this is how we prepare partner's capital account. Now next we move on to balance sheet. So now this is the balance sheet format. Liabilities amount, assets amount. So while preparing balance sheet of the Manu and Vinu, as usual you should take a old balance sheet as base. So first you should record on liability side. So see the old balance sheet. The first item given in your balance sheet is sundry creditors. Write it as sundry creditors, and there is no adjustment regarding sundry creditors. You can directly record the same amount in the new balance sheet as rupees 40,000. The next, bank loan, and this is very important adjustment. So the actual bank loan is 14,000. Add interest due. So ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ 4 months ಇಂದ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಗೆ ಲೋನ್ ಪೇ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಆ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಈಗ ನಾವು ಪೇ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಲಯಬಿಲಿಟಿ 700 rupees. 14,000 plus 700, you will get 14,700 rupees. The next, move on to capital accounts of continuing partners. Here the continuing partners are Manu, and her capital balance is rupees 22,000. So now you can see in the partner's capital account you will get 22,000. Vinu 23,500. The next very important is Anu. Here Anu retired, but even her loan account is created, so which has to be recorded on liability side of the new balance sheet of Manu and Vinu as Anu's loan account 45,000. So now coming to the asset side, the first asset is cash. Here the old cash balance is 18,000, but we already paid 10,500 at the time of Anu retirement of rupees 10,500. So you have to deduct 10,500 from 18,000. At the time of Anu retirement, firm pays 10,500 in the form of cash. So you need to deduct 10,500 from old cash balance, that is 18,000. 18,000 minus 10,500, you will get 7,500. The next asset is stock. So here there is no adjustment regarding asset. You can directly record it in amount column as rupees 25,000. The next, machinery. The actual balance of machinery is 20,000. So now you have to deduct amount of decrease. Here write it as less depreciation, rupees 2,500. See the revaluation account. So here in that account, we have already record depreciation on debit side of the revaluation account of rupees 2,500. Now here we are going to deduct 2,500 from 20,000. You will get 17,500. 17,500. Next, debtors 35,000. This is very important. Listen carefully. Debtors rupees 35,000 less provision for bad debts. In your old balance sheet already they have given 3,000. So here it has been reduced by 1,000. So now you have to deduct 1,000 from 3,000. You will get 2,000. So now you should deduct 2,000 from debtors 35,000. You will get 33,000. 35,000 debtors ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Already provision for bad debts last year balance sheet ಅಲ್ಲಿ 3,000 amount ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು, but ಈ year 1,000 ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತೆ. So 1,000 ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆದಾಗ firm ಗೆ liability ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಯಿತು. It is considered as income to the firm. So now we have to deduct 1,000 from 3,000. So 3,000 ಅಲ್ಲಿ 1,000 ಅನ್ನ less ಮಾಡಿ 2,000. So 35,000 minus 2,000, you will get 33,000. The next is furniture. So here also there is no adjustment relating to the furniture. You can directly record the same balance of old balance sheet in new balance sheet as rupees 15,000. The next, building 45,000. It is given in your old balance sheet. So now in your adjustment which has to be appreciated, so now it is added to the 45,000. Add appreciation, write it as appreciation and record the amount of increase only, rupees 4,500. You will get 49,500. And the next adjustment is workers' compensation. Worker compensation is also considered as liability. So it has to be recorded on liability side as worker compensation 2,300. After recording all the adjustment, you should carefully check whether all the adjustments are recorded or not. So ella adjustment ella record ಮಾಡಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ನೀವು ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗಿ ಒನ್ ಬೈ ಒನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾವು ತಗೊಂಡಿದೀವಾ, ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಮೇಕ್ ಅ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಆನ್ ಬೋತ್ ದಿ ಕಾಲಮ್. So on the liability side, when you total, you will get 1,47,500. On the asset side, when you total, you will get the same total of liability side, that is rupees 1,47,500. If you get the same total on both the column, your problem will be correct. So this is how we prepare balance sheet of continuing partner Manu and Vinu. So now let's prepare Anu's loan account. So the total capital balance of Anu at the time of retirement is 55,500. So out of 55,500, firm has paid 10,500 in the form of cash at the time of her retirement. So now the capital balance is 45,000, and this 45,000 is to be transferred to her loan account and which has to be paid by the firm in 3 annual equal installment. So now we have to so when you divide 45,000 by 3, you will get 15,000. So every year firm has to pay 15,000 along with the interest to settle her due. 15,000 plus interest. So now the interest rate is 10%. So every year firm ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು 15,000 ಪೇ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. 15,000 ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಸೇರಿಸಿ ಅವರ ಡ್ಯೂ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಡ್ಯೂ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಸೆಟಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ನೌ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಬ್ರಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ 31st 3/2016 by Anu's capital account 45,000, which has to be paid by the firm in 3 yearly installments along with the interest at 10%. So now you have to balance this account to balance carried down 45,000, and the next carry forward the same balance on credit side as by balance brought down 45,000. Now you need to calculate interest on 45,000. Already we know that interest is always paid at the end of the accounting period. So that is as on 31st 3/2017 by interest account. Calculate interest on 45,000. 45,000 into 10 divided by 100. You will get 4,500. Next, come to the debit side. On 31st 3/2017, firm need to pay first installment, and it is to be recorded as to cash or bank account. The first installment is 15,000. So here the first installment is paid along with the interest. So for this you have to add 4,500 to 15,000. 15,000 plus 4,500, you will get 19,500. First installment pay ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಸೇರಿಸಿ ಪೇ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ 15,000 ಪ್ಲಸ್ 4,500. So you will get 19,500. So now you have to make a total on credit side. You will get 49,500 and write the same total on debit side. 49,500. Now deduct 19,500 from total 49,500. You will get 30,000. Write it as to balance carried down 31st 3/2017 and bring the same balance to the next accounting year, that is 1/4/2017 as by balance brought down 30,000. So now you need to calculate interest on 30,000 at the end of the accounting period 31st 3/2018 by interest account 30,000 into 10 divided by 100. You will get 3,000. And the next on the debit side, firm need to pay second installment. It is written as to cash or bank account. Second installment is also paid at the end of the accounting period, that is as on 31st 3/2018. The second installment as usual rupees 15,000 along with the interest 3,000. So you will get 18,000. So this is the second installment. So now make a total on credit side. You will get 33,000. Write the same total on debit side 33,000 and find out the balancing figure. 33,000 minus 18,000, you will get 15,000. To balance carried down 15,000, write the same date 31st 3/2018 and bring the same balance to the next accounting year on credit side as on 1/4/2018 by balance brought down 15,000. So now you need to charge interest or calculate interest on 15,000 at the end of the accounting period, that is as on 31st/3/2019, by interest account 15,000 into 10 divided by 100, you will get 1,500. And coming to the debit side, as on 31st/3/2019, firm has to pay third installment. It has to be written as to cash or bank account. Third installment 15,000 plus 1,500. Every year firm has to pay installment along with the interest. So you need to add interest to the installment amount. 15,000 plus 1,500, you will get 16,500. Now make a total on both the side. On credit side you will get 16,500, and on the debit side also you will get 16,500. Now Anu's loan account will be closed, or this is the way the firm is going to settle Anu's loan account. And this loan account is very important from your examination point of view. It can be asked for 5 marks in practical oriented section. I hope you have understood today's problem. Thank you.